Let me tell you a story about a man with vision. This man wants to build the biggest and the best team to ever be seen on the African continent. And he says he wants to do things differently, a way they've never been done before. And he wants to build a pitch where his team can train. He looks for a pitch far and wide and does not get one until somebody from the city says, hey, I can show you something, but I don't think you'll like it. This man goes along with him and he shows him a felt, an empty felt. And he says, I'm sorry, but this is all I can show you. This man looks at this felt and he smiles from ear to ear because he says, this here is my vision. He was a visionary, this man. He goes back to his partners and says, hey, this team that we've got, I've got the perfect place for us to settle and make home. His partners say, let's us ganga. We want nothing to do with that. And he has to buy them out. He gives them money and he says, fine, I have a vision. I'm going to carry this vision out. He gives them money that he doesn't have and says, I will see this dream through. He sees the dream through. He builds that ground. Today, that ground is known as Naturena. And that man is known as Kaizer Chiefs. But even with his vision, he could have never thought that in 2025, Kaizer Chiefs would slump to the worst position that they've been in the PSL era. 9 losses at this stage of the season. Even with his vision, you couldn't have seen, as many didn't, that Orlando Pirates would go on and do what they did with Lebohile Mofokeng becoming the second fastest scoring goal scorer in PSL history. No one else saw that coming. No one saw SuperSport United sitting second from bottom, and that's why you here. Because these two, they say they're visionaries. Dr. Kumal, are you well? I hear you're going to give us a scoop. FNB. Why is it that Kaizer Chiefs refuse to let people use their dressing room? You've got the scoop on it. But you're saying you're going to tell us.
Okay, now I'll tell you.
You know the story?
Yeah.
You've got it?
I've got it.
You've got the funk?
Of course, yeah, I've got it.
Of course, we've also got Coach Ludley with a masterclass. I look forward to it every single week. What do you have for us?
When you're a tactician, melubene acumen, which means if you get bitten, you go and interrogate, which why did I get bitten, with a master plan. And you come back with another plan because you can never be beaten twice. This week, City pinda mzala. See, pinda mzala ngoba sileti quality football. That's what Pirates did.
So how did Jose Ribeiro beat Cardoso? Well, we're going to plan it out and show it for you. Thank you so much for joining us. Salamgela noke makaya kuindawo kama ngo-Angela kaNcube angingedwanga ngoba ke nangu khona uNompempe umuntu ositshelayo ukuthi ngabe yiyona noma kuyiyona la simbiza the principal.
Low 11 talks about gaining an advantage by being in that position. What does it mean? Umbuthuma ukorile. Did he gain? Angas. But this is Soccer Zone. We're going to finish up here. Well,
there it is. We're going to show you where Kaizer Chiefs hard done by that goal by Mbutuma that made it 2-0, and Kaizer Chiefs losing 3 points, making it 9 games this season that they've lost. Welcome back. You're watching the ultimate in Monday shows. This right here is Soccer Zone, proudly brought to you by SABC Sport. Victor Hlungwane, former best referee in this country, in this league. Here he is to give us the decisions of the Monday.
Law 11 says a player is only penalized for being in an offside position if he's involved in active play by interfering with play, interfering with an opponent, or gaining an advantage by being in that position. That is the law. So gaining an advantage means playing the ball that rebounds from the goalpost, from the goalkeeper, and it comes back to you in an offside position. If you play that ball, you'll be deemed offside. Let's go to Mbutuma. Mbutuma here Let's go and have a look if he gained an advantage by being in that position. You can see the ball is played. Ngiyabona ekhaya ukuthi no, Umbuthuma lana is standing in another position. We'll draw the line for you to show you where he's standing, whether he's in an offside position or onside. Bayajabula lana, but asibonele ukuthi no, ngempela bajabula ngempela ngemthetho na. Asibonele Umbuthuma and uyime kuphi. Nangu Umbuthuma lana in an offside position. Manje sizobona ibhola mase rebounder from the goal post. Magayidlala offside, interfering or gaining advantage by being in that position. So this was ruled onside. Goal was given incorrect decision because he gained an advantage by being in that position. That should have been ruled offside. After Sasekang. Let's go to the next one. We're going to Pirates and Sundowns. We see an offside or Sales being ruled offside. Was he correctly ruled offside? Let's go and have a look to see when we draw the line that Umako, Uimekupi in relation to the ball. Now Batuse over time, Baba Suel, Engati onside. But now Umako Lanam Dog is he's closing or is putting Sales onside. So therefore, incorrect decision by assistant referee to rule offside because Marco played him onside. Let's go to the next one where we're going to talk about a free kick. Coach Putimu half. We are let you know this ball was indirect free kick. Indirect free kick, the referee will raise his hand. You can see there's no hand up. So now this is direct free kick. Now in a direct free kick, Abadal, Azola, no Kemisla, they did two touch. The two touch means a goal cannot be scored unless it's been played or touched by another player. This ball was played by two people. So correct decision by the referee Umureki to give a goal. It complies with law 13, which is free kick. The last one, we're going to talk about the 6-second rule. The law says the goalkeeper cannot hold the ball for more than 6 seconds. Now we are Fagmatrase grounding, we are la. And then Urefru Hambile, Magabu Refru Hambile, we are Congo, Wabuya Foot Umureka, no, Scabora Mureki. 6 seconds. Look at how many seconds. It's going there, it's going there, it's going there. Now it's even more than 4 times. The 6 seconds. So, an indirect free kick signal to show a goal cannot be scored unless it's been touched or played by another player. Now, is 6-second rule. The indirect free kick inside the penalty area. Some are asking, why no yellow card? There's no yellow card in this regard because an indirect free kick is punishment enough. So therefore, a goal cannot be scored, but now they played 2 touch, which was very good. They complied with the loss of the game. So,
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Remember, the Radio 2000 will be hosting its inaugural annual Family Day on the 22nd of March, 2025. Family Day is positioned to bring our family of loyal, wait for it, youth and listeners together to meet our Radio 2000 family and celebrate life through music, family, food, and fun. The only way youth and can. Let's take a break. Best journalist in South African sport. It's Mazur Amulefe, the Super Journal.
Yeah, I'm itching to hear what Doc has to say, whether it's a real scoop or mshiga fela marata uka. But the first story here is Roger Desa, as you rightfully said, Andy, he comes back now into the picture. But let me explain what happened. This morning, after losing to Marumo Gallants over the weekend, Muhsin Etugal appointed to replace Eric Tinkler in January as both interim coach and the technical director building into the next season. Walks into a meeting with John Committees. He walks out of that meeting unemployed. He is no longer the coach of Cape Town City after 14 matches and at the moment a 9 winless run of games, and they've now parted ways. Diogo Parel, the assistant coach under Eric Tinkler, as well as Lebu Manyama taking over, and John Committees deciding now, Andile, to bring back Roger Desa as well into the technical team picture.
Roger Desa, great experience on the continent here as well. He's been an assistant, of course, to Queiroz for so many years. But Muhsin Etugal, with his results gone.
It makes me go back to why Eric Tinkler was fired. why in the first place Etugal had to come in and be a technical advisor or a technical director. Now, it also makes sense, Gutin. The reason why he's fired from both roles is that he came in, wanted to rectify certain things, fix and build, and inomthelela to the coach. So it means in those two, kono ingxabano bekhona nokuthi kungahambisani kwezinto. Kodwa ama-technical director sengiyazibuza ukuthi why ungaveli uthi angifuni ukuba yi-coach ithi ngihlale la, because Molifin Teki, we saw it happen, Kevin Johnson, we saw it happen when he was head of development and all of that. Now it's Mushin. So, Kat, choose your battle.
Mazar, what else here?
Yeah, well, Etugal was now going to work with Andries Uldering, who surprisingly last week takes up a job in the interim as well until the end of the season at Royal Antwerp out in the Belgian top flight. Speaking of Europe, the European setup, Samkelo Kabini, key defender at the moment at TX Galaxy. Well, he will no longer be with TX Galaxy. Chairman Tim Sukazi telling me that this is possibly a record signing for TX Galaxy. He moves to Molde out in the Norwegian league. 15 million rands, that's a reported figure there for TX Galaxy.
Sorry, did you say 15 or 50?
15 million, 15 million rands in South African rands are moving to the Norwegian league. They're big business for TX Galaxy. And then we bring it home here, and this is why Dogesh is here to, kind of give us perspective. We tried to get to the bottom of this touchline on Sunday, the game between Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns, the dressing room issue. Kaizer Chiefs were involved somehow, Andile. And I think I'll let Dogesh give us a clear picture as to what happened here, because Sundowns were not able to use the dressing room. Kaizer Chiefs saying it's our home.
Yeah.
Home.
They're the tenants.
Yeah, they're the tenants here. So, Dogesh.
Dogesh, 3 dressing rooms at the FNB. One newly built is the one Sundowns used, a little bit further away from the dugout. And then you've got the 2. Kaizer Chiefs being the home team and the tenant, they have theirs. And then the away one, which Orlando Pirates, although they're the home team, they say away. Kaizer Chiefs,
John Bush Kaizer Chiefs are tenants. Okay? So what happens is that the Chiefs have branded the dressing room because they use it as a home ground.
Okay.
There's equipment, there's so much things that Kaizer Chiefs left them on the field. So
the visuals you're seeing, by the way, are the one that Sundowns did use.
This is not the one. Yeah, Kaizer Chiefs is branded. There's so much equipment at Kaizer Chiefs inside because they use it as a home ground. So even the national team doesn't use the dressing room at Kaizer Chiefs like the FNB.
Because
so
it's got their personal things.
It's got their personal things that are inside the dressing room. So that's why by key.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's move on now to the next story. I'm going to try to cover these 2 stories very quickly. Tabol Muloisani, a wanted defender out in the Premier Soccer Division, still at Stellies at the moment. Talks ongoing for a new contract. He's on the verge of seeing that contract out, but Stellies they've triggered the option to keep him out at Stellies until, at the very least, June 2026. But look out for this one. January next year, he will be in a position to sign a pre-contract and then leaving the club, possibly, if they don't find each other with a new contract. Speaking of possibly leaving the club, leaving the top flight, Royal AM, we're expecting to have an update from the curator earlier this afternoon telling us the winning bid. That's been seemingly delayed, but we'll find out a little bit more as the week progresses. But I can tell you that this is far from over, because even with the winning bid announced, it still has to go to the PSL Executive Committee, who has to ratify the sale of Royal AM and then make a decision with the way forward, with about 10 games to go in the Betway Premiership division.
His name is Mazar Ramale for the Super Journal. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll catch you towards the end of the show.